Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in a beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And last video, we talked about some of these exploration bonuses updates that Niantic gave. And well, it went as well as you could imagine, right? There are some people who felt like, hey, I'm used to the way the game is now. Why are you trying to change it? And change is inevitable, but I feel like a lot of people came back to the game based off of these changes. You had the level cap increase, which was a motivation because, after a while, it's like, hey, I'm level 40. We're by and large mostly level 40. Now you're going to extend the carrot further. I may play along, I may not, based off of how I look at the way the world is today. There used to be a time where I would ride around from not just my city all around town, but the other parts of other cities, and maybe even go as far as to go to another state for some of these Pokemon. But what happened was the pandemic showed you different aspects of the economy, at least here in the US, I would say. I would imagine all around the world. But without getting in too much into that, Pokemon Go just wasn't as important for a lot of people. But when you add some quality of life changes, like some of these distances being reduced to trade and to interact with gyms, and the introduction of the remote raid passes, it's like, hey, it's got to stay like this now. That's how I felt from day one. You cannot rescind on what you've added. You can only build upon that. But Niantic's like, hey, we need to. Why? Well, that's clearly what's behind it. They won't flat out say that, but if you read between the lines, like I did in the last video, you will understand that. So what happened? You had some guy at the Trainer Club. I'm sure y'all know him. May have heard of him. If not, I think he may or may not have started a change.org petition. I'm not telling you to sign it or be a part of it. I'm just making you aware for the news part of these videos. If you don't like what they're doing, hey, speak with your conscience, speak with your dollars. I feel like I'm not gonna sit up there and tweet at them and at Niantic and say negative things. That doesn't do anything other than make us sound entitled and whiny or whatever. But hey, maybe just take a break from the game. I refuse to spend extra. I speculate that they're going to raise the price of those remote raid passes to compensate for, the idea that they want you to spend more time outside and on regular passes. They have boxes that for $10 roughly or more, a little bit more than that, 1,280 coins, so like $12.80 or whatever. You can get like 17 regular passes, but not everybody's gonna want to spend $10 a week just to do 17 raids. When if they really gonna hit, just 3 or 4 remote raids and then their regular free passes, that's a good, 11 or not 11, but a good 10 right there. Chances are you're going to put, 5 Pokemon in gyms and hopefully get your 50 coins a day, and that justifies you spending 250 coins on remote raid passes, right? Save for Community Day, you don't really have to spend a whole lot on this game if you don't want to, as long as people are willing to play ball and kicking you out of gyms and letting you get in them, right? That being said, you really want to go ham and get this experience. If they're not creating events to help you, you're a fish out of water. So moving on from that, if you want to know more about that, check out the last video. I implore you to check out all my old videos just to see where I've been and how far I've progressed, and just maybe some stuff you may have missed that may be helpful. Because a lot of times I'll make a video and then later on somebody's like, you didn't make a video about this. I'm like, you didn't see the last video. So moving on, we're going forward but backwards, okay? That exploration bonus stuff came out, and what I omitted was this whole Slowpoke thing. So let's talk about that. There was an event with Galarian Slowpoke that came out, and Regigigas returned. And I've got some footage here showing that off. It's probably already playing because that probably lasted longer in the raid than actually what I was talking about. Maybe not. I got a pretty good gloom here. I'm not sure why I was showing that, but yeah, it was pretty good. We're looking at roughly, you know, 8 days ago, maybe 9 days ago, almost 10. A really good gloom, but we're gonna keep going. Sawsbuck. Right now, where I am, you've got your summertime, and it's a pretty cool one. I wasn't seeing too many of those. One that I saw ran from me, and I never saw one again until this event started, or that event started when it did, and I finally got a grass-looking summertime one. It looks more like a grass one. It could pass for a mountain one, honestly. All the green on it. I thought a summer would be more like an orange or yellow, but that's a different time frame. So anyway, I got that one out of the way. They had those in Moss. And one of the coolest things I got was a shiny Lunatone. Now, shiny Lunatone doesn't even look all that shiny. If you notice this one picture I have of this Lunatone, it's just got a red eye there. But then you move forward to this next image I've got here. This was my shiny Lunatone. Only its eye is different. So it went from the creepy red eye to this bluish, silverish eye. I didn't expect to get a shiny Lunatone. I was hoping that somebody I knew would get both the Solrock and Lunatone, multiples of them, and maybe we could do a trade one day. I did get the Lunatone. It is not for trade, sorry. Maybe if I get a second one, and you're one of my subscribers, hit me up, but until then, probably not. And they don't really spawn that often. You know, it used to be where friends and I, we would get up early in the morning, like I'm making this video early in the morning, you know, 6:30 a.m., 7, right before maybe going to work. You'd see Solrock spawn near like the bus station downtown. And the theory was, hey, when the sun rises, wherever that is, that's where Solrock is going to be. Kind of how the ghosts start popping up late at night, or not late at night, but you know, once it gets dark. That was clever thinking on Niantic's part. Likewise, the Lunatone, once it would get late, you know, after 10 o'clock, you might start seeing those pop up in the same location as the Solrock, and that was when they were super rare. Not really great Pokemon, but if you gotta catch them all, and you want to find this one, and you don't want to trade with somebody, that's what you had to do. So they alternated places. I think it started out here in the US, or on this side of the world, Solrock, and Lunatone was on the other side, and then they swapped. And with this event, you had a chance to get them both. So how awesome was that? I got a even better Solrock. You know, usually when you get them, and they're rare, they're not good IV. Excuse me. So yeah. In addition to that, got a pretty good Regigigas, a 3080. That was appeared to be a boosted one. It looks like a 14-14-14, so that's one I've got to hold on to. Outside of that, there really wasn't a whole lot. You know, there was a Father's Day weekend and all that there. We've already talked exploration bonuses. Team Go Rocket came back. And with that event, they brought the Shadow Ho-Oh. So I'll add that to this video too, mainly because, you know, all of that was close enough by to where you could say, okay, Yellow Hat Guy, that just actually finished this week, I think. Well, I mean, it's still ongoing, but you could have done it within a few days, within a week. It had a grueling 7 steps to it. Obviously, those last ones are just, you know, find Giovanni, beat Giovanni to get the Shadow Ho-Oh. But again, they keep coming back with this Purify Pokemon. Spend all your hard-earned Stardust. Then after you do that, you've got to purify some more. It's like, man, I thought we were moved on, but you're never moved on from those. They didn't spawn that many Go Rocket or stops either. That's always annoying. Like, I feel like every Team Rocket event, make all these stops Team Rocket events. I shouldn't have to. We're still in a pandemic, Niantic. If there's anything that I would say that would sound entitled or upset or however you want to describe it, it's that. It's like, just because you think the rest of the world is ready and has moved on, or at least US and New Zealand as they put it, doesn't mean everyone is prepared to do that. You need to be accommodating a little more and understand that pandemic or not everybody has the time or accessibility to these stops. You know, some people are still not working or not to full capacity. Things have changed, and it's not like it's not going to be how it was prior to this pandemic. So if you're gonna have a Go Rocket event, Team Rocket event, more of these stops need to be, you know, having these grunts and leaders and what have you. Don't make people travel all over the creation to find stuff and it's not even worth it. That's the thing. It's not even worth it. I could see if the leaders or the grunts had, like, you know, stuff that was useful. Rarely do you guys do. So while that footage is showing what it's showing, you know, pretty much Professor here is thanking me for everything. 4 out of 6, you know, fine. Sierra and all them, you do all that. I beat Sierra. I actually went up against Giovanni and got close to beating. His Persian, for whatever reason, still beat my Machamp. And well at that. But maybe I just didn't have the correct Machamp picked. But we did manage to get that out of the way. And hopefully that's showing. So, you know, I still haven't got the shiny Regigigas. We've got a couple more days on that, and I've done a ton of them, a ton. Regigigas looks like he's wearing some special kind of jacket with these buttons and stuff. It's kind of cute. And hey, if you're a high level, like I said in another video, this is your chance to get those 999 excellent throws, because you just aim right for the crotch and you're gonna get an excellent on this thing. But the shiny rate seems really low. It seems like the people who, you know, they went ham on it in the beginning when he first came back this time. They were getting the shinies, and I swear to you, I did about 8 of them yesterday, and I don't think anybody else who was with me doing them, you know, we had a crew of a minimum of maybe 5, but at most like 10. Nobody was reporting that they got the shiny. Maybe they were too shy to show it off because they've already got a couple and didn't want to look bad or have people be upset at them. But yeah, nobody was getting them. It's a very rare thing, and I know once I step away and take a little break from doing those raids, people are gonna wanna suddenly appear to do them. And that's the thing. If I didn't say it already, Niantic, they've showcased some new changes in the raid stuff, and we'll talk about that next video. We'll save that for another video because I want to get into that, and I'll probably save that comment I was just going to share for the next one as well. This video is going on too long, a lot of information here and there. I'll talk about the next community day as well, which is coming up rather quickly. I'll save all that for next video. I'm sorry if you wanted to hear me just keep ranting. You'll hear that soon, next video. So again, love you guys. Thank you for your support. Had some stuff going on, like, you know, always have stuff going on, but I'm okay. You should be able to hear it in my voice that I'm okay, but not out of the woods yet. Still need to get some more stuff looked at as far as my health is concerned, and take it from there. So are you happy with the changes? Are you happy with the, you know, updates? You know, if you are, you should be in the know of what I'm going to talk about next. Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hope to see you in the next one. But if I don't, remember, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Other yellow hat guy out. Okay, well, there should be some stuff that you can click on, subscribe, next video, something like that. Captain Sensation!